Coronation Street bad boy Theo Silverton is heading straight into his most serious predicament yet after manipulative Carl Webster uncovers his most damning secret. The shocking revelation unfolds in tonight's episode and threatens to drag Theo into an entirely new wave of chaos. Over recent weeks, viewers have watched Theo buckle under the weight of his conscience after heartlessly abandoning Billy Mayhew during the deadly Corrie crash. But when Theo attempts to ease his guilt with a private confession later today, his decision backfires badly. In Tuesday's episode, Theo's emotional distress intensifies as Billy's funeral draws nearer. Desperate for some form of relief, he even turns to the bishop, confessing that he feels to blame for Billy's death. However, Theo carefully masks the truth behind his anguish, claiming instead that he tried to rescue Billy, but was unable to succeed. Labeling Theo's emotions as textbook survivor's guilt, the bishop offers comfort and urges him to seek guidance through prayer. Later on, Theo agrees to watch over the Undertaker's premises when George Shuttleworth briefly steps away. Seizing the moment, Theo approaches Billy's coffin and pours out his remorse, admitting how deeply he regrets abandoning him. "Please trust me when I say I'm sorry, Billy," Theo says. "If I'd stopped to think, if I just kept my head, I would have saved you. I would have. Leaving you there was madness. And I don't think I'll ever forgive myself for it. I truly am sorry, but I'm not a bad person. I'm not. I'm not a murderer. Maybe I just love my partner too fiercely. I hope you found peace, and that you can forgive me." Theo's heartfelt confession is suddenly cut short when the front door of the Undertaker slams. Panicked at the thought of being overheard, he bolts outside only to find no one there. The mystery is soon solved for viewers, though, as a self-satisfied Carl is seen observing Theo from afar. Given Carl's ruthless nature, once he has leverage over someone, Theo has every reason to be terrified. Will Carl reveal Theo's dark secret to the world or twist it to serve his own agenda? Sadly, it's likely to be the latter. Coronation Street actress reveals Megan's fate, as Will finally uncovers the truth. Coronation Street actress Beth Nixon has spoken about what's coming next for her character Megan Walsh, who is involved in a disturbing storyline centered on grooming a young teenager. Megan first appeared in the ITV soap last November, entering the show as a sports coach responsible for training Will Driscoll. Completely unaware of the truth, the Driscoll family has no idea that Megan is exploiting and manipulating Will. The 16-year-old believes he is in a genuine romantic relationship and fails to recognize the control Megan has over him. Discussing the difficulty of tackling such a serious plot, 25-year-old newcomer Beth has explained that she is determined to portray the story responsibly and respectfully for those who have lived through similar experiences. Before stepping in front of the cameras, Beth made sure to carry out extensive research to prepare herself for the role. "I want to do it properly for people who've been through this," she told BBC Radio York. "There's been an increase in cases, including some in Manchester, so it's essential to approach the storyline with as much sensitivity as possible." Beth also revealed that there will be a moment when Will finally understands that he is a victim and realizes that what he felt wasn't love. She confirmed that Megan will ultimately face consequences for her actions. Luneta Tajlova, a senior practitioner with Barnardo's Tiger Service, has expressed hope that the Corrie storyline will help viewers who may be in similar situations to Will. "That's what makes grooming so harmful and subtle," she explained. "Even after leaving the situation, some people still don't fully realize that they were groomed." Luneta also pointed out that although most groomers are men, cases involving women are often underreported. "It's vital to challenge assumptions," she added. "When we expect victims and perpetrators to look a certain way, we miss a huge number of people affected. The writers have handled this storyline with care, and it should help raise awareness." In the latest twist, Megan was forced to act quickly after realizing that Sam Blakeman had begun to question her relationship with Will. After Megan insisted that a tracksuit top found in her flat belonged to Daniel Osborne, Sam later went to see Will and noticed him wearing the same jacket, realizing that Megan had lied about its owner. Worried by what he discovered, Sam questioned Will about whether he was involved in a sexual relationship with Miss Walsh. He explained that he was acting out of concern and wanted to support him, reminding Will that Megan's behavior was illegal and that he was willing to report her to another teacher for targeting him. Shaken by the confrontation, Will tried to brush it off and pleaded with Sam not to tell anyone about Megan. Will then relayed Sam's warning to Megan, who nervously claimed they had covered their tracks unless they look at CCTV in hotels across Barrie and Rodale. She assured Will that she would handle Sam herself, tracking him down. At speed dial, Megan warned that if people took his accusations seriously, it wouldn't be a laughing matter. "Do you understand?" she pressed. Sam agreed, prompting Megan to mutter, "Good boy, Blakeman," as her friendly facade completely disappeared. According to Corrie producer Kate Brooks, this is only the beginning of Sam's ordeal. We'll see just how far Megan is prepared to go to silence Sam. She revealed her manipulation will have a hugely damaging impact on his well-being. Coronation Street spoiler. Debbie's darkest secret finally comes to light. But how will Carl react when the truth is exposed? Summer opens up to Na about how deeply she misses Billy, bitterly remarking that if Debbie hadn't been drink driving, he would still be alive. Unbeknown to her, Carl overhears the conversation and is immediately overwhelmed by guilt. Later, Ronnie warns Carl that if Debbie is sent to prison, the stress could rapidly worsen her dementia. Troubled by this, Carl decides he must finally take responsibility and set things right. Ronnie grows increasingly anxious when Debbie accidentally calls him Ray, fueling his fears about her declining condition. He confides in Carl about his concerns, but after an unsettling exchange, he later tells Debbie what's been said, prompting her to rush out in a panic. In an emotional confrontation, Carl tearfully admits that he was actually the one behind the wheel on the night of the accident. Debbie then drops a bombshell of her own, revealing that she has known the truth all along and chose to take the blame in order to protect him. But when Debbie unveils an even bigger, long-buried secret, Carl is left reeling. How will he cope with what he's just learned? Elsewhere, Kevin is hit by a wave of remorse when he pulls a dirty mug from the sink bearing the words, "World's Best Dad." His guilt only deepens when Brian visits the garage asking for help with his clutch. Kevin shows little interest, but when Brian casually points out that the roof is leaking, Kevin suddenly snaps. In a moment of fury, Kevin hurls an empty vodka bottle, narrowly missing Brian before storming off to the factory in search of help. As the situation escalates, Brian, Sally, and Tim desperately try to talk Kevin down from the garage roof, but he stubbornly refuses to come down. With tensions running high, Abby climbs up onto the roof to join Kevin, hoping she can reach him when no one else can. But will her presence be enough to stop the situation from spiraling even further? Coronation Street airs weeknights at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on ITVX.